Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Art House. Beep 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 beep. So, a guy once told me, it's been a while since we did a recorded video, isn't it? So, if you go to the live tab, I've been doing a lot of lives lately with sample pack breaks and box breaks and impromptu, just shooting the shit with people, talking to artists and things. And I'm home today. I beat the cough, doing all right, but I have strep throat. So I'm home today, and I figured let's catch up and do some videos. And so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about sorcery, per usual. And I'm going to show some really cool artist proof cards. And also, I had been talking to a community member. This is a while back, like probably 6 to 9 months ago. He said, hey, what people usually do is have like a cue card or something and a list of topics they're going to talk about, and it helps like shape your discussion, and I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. And I never did it. I like an impromptu style. So what I'm going to do this time is I have some visual cues here with the playmats. I don't think I've shown these are not all the playmats that I have, but there's several of the playmats, and I'm actually going to get a few more in the Avatar of the Realm pledge tier, I believe. So I think I'm still waiting on those, the pre-con decks, and also the uncut foil sheets. So like on this wall, I'm trying to map out what I want to do with this wall and these other walls here in the art house, right? And I was gonna go to the frame shop today. I was gonna mask up, because my throat, and I decided I can't do that yet because I need to know how many sheets I'm getting and what the dimensions of them are. Otherwise, it's going to be a free-for-all. I think I have, several painting, like art pieces that I want to display, but I want to frame them potentially around the uncut sheets, and I need to map that out. I need to know how many sheets there are and the size. So I think I'm going to wait on that. That's my excuse for the unframed art. And what we're going to talk about is a few things. So I'm working with a lot of the artists to offer their artist proofs through the Sorcery Contested Realm Community Facebook group and the Collector Arthouse Discord. And those are always linked in these videos. You guys should come join those communities. It's a great time. We're talking about sorcery all the time. And there's also the auctions are run out of there. I actually just yesterday, it was delivered today, I sold the third Eric's Curio sketch card, which is really wild because there's only been 16 discovered to our knowledge so far. So I've sold almost 20% of the total known population in those 3 cards, which is pretty cool, pretty crazy. The buyers are very happy. The sellers are very happy. So I offer a consignment, and I also work with the artists to sell their artist proofs. And that's what I want to talk about today, artist proofs. So here we have the Ancient Dragon. I think this is pretty safe to say this is my favorite artwork from Lindsay Crumet. A lot of people like the Occult Ritual, which is also beautiful and awesome. But this is an amazing playmat. I think this was one of 2. I only ordered this and Screaming Skull from the Kickstarter, so I really regret not getting the Crusade and Jihad one, definitely from Truitt. But I show you this one because Lindsay has done a few artist proofs, and I think she's going to mail those off to me soon, and those will be available for auction. Next up, this was actually the prototype, or like one of the early pre-release playmats that Eric had sent to me. And this is, of course, Melissa Benson's Screaming Skull. Hopefully you guys got this one. This is incredible. I show this because I'm working on a special project with Melissa where we're doing a limited series of 10 hand-embellished prints where she's taking the 4 core images, her cores, from the Alchemy 9 or the Alchemy 5 or whatever. The Alchemy 9, part of the 9. And they were called gems at the time when we were talking. This has been a long time in the making. And what she's doing, pretend this is the gem, right? She's going to digitally print. She's actually already got the prints done. She printed the prints with the gem image in the middle, digitally removed, and she's completely hand creating that. I think she uses colored pencils as a medium, but she's going to completely recreate that, and there will only be a series of 10 copies. I think they're largely pre-sold through my Patreon. So you guys can check out the Collector Arthouse Patreon. There's a lot of benefits there with these hand-embellished print concepts that I work with a lot of the artists. We've done one for the Philosopher's Stone, another take, the Galactic Stone we called it, which was had the Galactic Stone in the middle, kind of like a night starry scene. It was really beautiful. It came out really great. And a lot of other things, discounts on products and special deals and all types of perks that I offer. So that is priority to patrons for the embellished prints. If there's any extra, I'll offer those up to the public. But those are in work. due maybe sometime in September or October. And Mikhail Negipal has two, absolutely, at least two. I got to ask him if he's done more than that. I know he's going to mail me at least two more artist proofs. We saw the Bloom of Frogs, right? And it was this card where it had all these frogs stacked up, and it was just brilliant. You know, the beauty of these artist proofs is that the artists have 25 more opportunities to reimagine their illustration from Sorcery into a different concept. And it's really beautiful. He's sending me two that are really fun and hilarious, and I think you guys are really going to love those. I only leaked one of them to a few people. The other one I'm keeping really hush-hush, and it's really awesome. I laughed, and I was really impressed, too, with the quality when he sent those off. So those are really great by Mikhail. Mikhail is a brilliant artist. I'm working on a few commission projects with him as well, too, and also potentially with Marta Molina. So that is Mikhail Negipal. Next, the Death Dealer, right? The epic Frank Frazetta Death Dealer. So we have a foil Death Dealer that just came in. This is going to be coming to auction pretty soon. And I just wanted to kind of showcase it here in foil. The top loader is a little dusty. That's kind of the downside of having it sleeved and top loaded. But it just uploaded a short, I think. Hopefully that should be up on YouTube. With Of Wolf and Man by Metallica for a little ambiance. But that is the foil Death Dealer. Of course, the foils from Frazetta are not going to be in beta. These are alpha exclusive. All the, I should say, did I say the foils? The Frazetta artworks in general will not be in beta. These are exclusive to alpha, so they're very special. He has three big-time uniques. Probably the biggest of all is this Death Dealer. And you see the beautiful Frazetta full art on the back. What makes Sorcery really cool and special is having the full arts on the back and the amazing foil quality on the front. This card's in great condition. I'll probably run this one 48 hours perhaps. Wednesday to Friday night is what I'm thinking. I'm filming this on a Tuesday. So look out for that. Again, join the Collector Arthouse Discord and the Sorcery community group on Facebook. And you'll see that. Coming for auction 48 hours. All right. And the Death Dealer playmat was sent to me recently by a community member who visited the Frazetta Museum in Pennsylvania. So that was really cool, and I appreciate that from him. What did we have next in the pile? All right, yes. So Alvera Palakowska. The last thing I want to announce before we go to the artist proofs, let me say one more thing on auctions. I've been showcasing this card, and I'm going to zoom again. This is the Grail of Grails, right, guys? Besides the Philosopher's Stone, this is the number one card you can find in Alpha. The Stone is the top card and top foil. This is the top, I think by most accounts, between this and the Frazetta alt art. These are the top two curios, right? The Death Speaker by Brahm, Gerald Brahm, you know, really famous big-time artist. And it's a beautiful card. I have it in this case. You know, I got to package it a bit for grading, but this will be sent off to be graded, and it'll be offered through auction through the Collector Arthouse Network. All right, so that's a big-time card. There's only been a few of these discovered. Only one sale on eBay. It sold for 8,500 British pounds, so that's about $11,000 USD. So this is a massive card. The condition looks really great on this. There's a little smudge on the outer case here, but it's a beautiful card. Amazing artwork from Guardians. TCG or CCG, I'm not sure. They came out in about 1993, I want to say, or thereabouts, early 90s. And this artwork from Brahm. So this was licensed for Sorcery for this game. It is a very big surprise curio. The only unannounced artist we've discovered so far for Alpha. There's no other Brahm cards. So Tony Sulo did the other Avatar version of this, which is also an amazing artwork for the mainstream Avatar in the set. This is the curio card. So that'll be sent off to be graded. And then that'll be offered for auction. That'll be a big one, because we've only seen, again, one sales data point on that. And then sample cards, right? So I have many sample packs, and I do sample pack breaks. So I just announced that we're going to do a 5th pack break. There's been 4 on the channel. Again, you got to go on the live tab. I actually took some of those down because I introed with some fun music, and I think there's a copyright issue with playing real music, you know. So I got to back off of that and use the the copyright free or whatever the hell, and learn how to do it while I'm doing these recorded videos. But there you have it, guys. If you want to get on a sample pack break, those opportunities are there too. And we'll get back to box breaks at some point too for Alpha. I've been kind of slow rolling that because box prices have been so absurd. I do have boxes I could use. I purchased a few extra cases beyond my own pledge, and I wanted to do more breaks of those at some later date, right? I don't want to get like beyond the beta era or alpha era and not have any boxes that we could do breaks with. So I think I'm going to offer that later and just focusing on sample packs right now. But I wanted to talk about, we're going to talk about here Alvera Palakowska, right? So I have a few sets that she had completed of these artist proof cards. All right. So I got two fairly large stacks because she has about, I want to say it's 18 cards in the set, right? And in top loaders, they make them look extra big and thick. So she has 18 cards in the set. She completed about a few complete sets. And these have been offered through auction so far, which established a bit of a price baseline. And then we've been trying some claim sales on the Sorcery SCR Artist Proof and Altars Facebook group. And I think I might open that. What I'll usually do probably is offer that through the Facebook group to encourage people to sign up for that group and share their artist proofs. And that'll be a avenue to purchase these cards. And then I may open it up to the Collector Arthouse Discord as well. And then, of course, there's several here. So if you guys want to reach out to me privately, if you see something you like today, you just message me. Find me on Facebook, Michael Servati, or in my Collector Arthouse Discord, Collector Arthouse Mike. You can direct message me, and we can work out a deal on these artist proofs. All right, so I'm just going to go through here and showcase some of these. Let me put this off screen so we get a nice zoom. All right, the first one, Land Deed. And let me just see the way I separate in the stack. There should be a few Land Deeds. So we might come back up on it. But these are low numbered. We're up to 5 sets from Elwira. Beautiful ink sketches, detailed ink sketches that she did on each of these. And they looked really polished and professional. Came out really great. So she has a lot of great cards in the set, all different rarities. The Siege Ballista is actually a pretty good card. I did have these ordered. I guess we'll get a little bit of a mix, right? So the Ballista looks like kind of like an architectural schematic. Elvira is a great architectural artist. She does a lot of like building design and stuff you'll see in some of these illustrations. But the Siege Ballista is really cool, has a really great mechanic in the game. That's an exceptional. We have Rest in Peace, the graveyard scene. Get that zoom going. And there you have kind of like the chapel-looking architectural building. Again, that's kind of her strength and her forte. Browse, one of the more powerful in the games. Look at your next 7 spells, put the 1 in your hand and the rest on the bottom of your spell book. So having that library mechanic, or at least like to look at the next 7 spells and, grab the one you need at a timely point in the game. That's a big time card. Very powerful, unique, beautiful artwork once again. Lord of the Void, another one of her very popular artworks, another unique. Awesome. The detail in these are really great. Cloud City. It's a fun, unique site. Once on your turn, this site may fly to a nearby void. So it has that movement, which is a pretty unique and differentiated ability for an Atlas card in the set. Amazing architectural design. This building in the clouds, right? So a different take on her illustration. Really nicely done. Windmill. One of our more popular cards because it's a dual land. You see it as a two threshold yield. And there's the beautiful windmill concept in detailed ink sketch. Really great one. All right. And another take on that one. A little different version of the scene. Here you go. Here's the other land deeds. All right. So we have the ink deed, focusing on that aspect of the design. The ink and the tablet. And there you have the rolled tablet, the candle, and the ink pen. Really cool. It's awesome how with these artist proofs is a common technique where the artist focused on some of the compositional elements of the card, or like this one, recreated in a way, but from maybe perhaps a different vantage point, right? So you have the Haste Eagle kind of soaring over this little pond, and here you have it soaring over a different vantage point with the nice mountains in the horizon. And And the beast there kind of looking ready to be plucked, right? Another Haste Eagle. Focusing on the eagle. Very cool. That looks really great. Reminds me of another one I got from Andrea Modesti. Wonderful artist who did the Falconer. And I've been acquiring paintings from Andrea. Is one of my favorite artists in the Alpha set. The iconic Doomsday Device. Number 3. Another Doomsday Device. And we're about through half the stack. Maybe in the interest of time, I won't show all of them. But these all-terrain vestments was really well done. The suit, the detail in this suit is really cool. Man, she's a master with these inks, right? Different vantage point. Different take on the suit. And another one. Staring this mean fish in the eye. That's a fun, flavorful one. And again, here's another Siege Ballista. All right, so actually, you know what? We're going to find some new cards in the other stack, so I will show those. And I think there's another set on the way, but you'll see most of the concepts that she's done. Here you get a good view of the Great Wall and the beast looking off over the wall. Some people miss that initially, right? And this is another playmat that I wish I had. But you have this large wall, but you have these creatures looming over the top of the wall, right? And you can see how nicely done that is. Here's another one, kind of focusing more so on the creatures. And the third one I think is like that as well. Yeah, there you get the vantage point of the wall and the creatures on the horizon. Another Rest in Peace like we saw earlier. There's the Dark Angel on the graveyard. Another one of the chapel-looking building. Kind of reminds you of Disenchant and Dispel, right, with that architectural design. And here you have Disenchant. Really nicely done. You know, if you're an Elvira fan, you either are or you aren't, right? You like this architectural design and the ink type drawings. The Dispel is kind of like a similar counter concept here. There's number 2. The vines look really cool there. Different take on that one with the foliage above the window. And again, this one similarly, number 5. All right, the Magellan Globes. This one we haven't seen yet. There you have the globe. That's number 3. Everyone is numbered and signed. The library concept in the background. Now this one's interesting. So the Magellan Globe, this one focused more on the world scene here reflected in the globe, which is really cool. I actually hadn't looked at this one in a lot of detail yet, so it's almost more of like a map like you would see Francesca Brawl do, almost, you know? The take on the globe. I really like that. Something a little different, although the globe looks beautiful too, right? This is where it gets hard to choose because these things are valuable. It's hard to get them all. Here you have a take on Infiltrate. So one of those was sold already, I believe, at auction. And there's a couple more here ready to go. Really cool zoom with the mask. The Mariner's Curse. So the woman on the front mast, is it? Of the boat? The fore, whatever they call it. There she is again. And lastly, the zoom of her. Tough day. Tough day on the front end of the boat. Battering ram. There's the ram. You know, the ram's head, the front of it's a battering ram, right? So it's pretty cool literal take she did on the illustration. I guess I should show it like this, huh? Here's the guy carrying the battering ram. That one's really cool. It's interesting how some of them she did in a landscape view, even though it's a portrait-style artwork, so it's a different take in that sense as well. The battering ram leading into charge here. So you kind of see on this one, you saw the Easter egg, right? You don't see a lot of what's going on beneath the text box here, but then when you see it here and on the actual full art in the foil version, you see where it's kind of battering into and what it's up against, right? And then the last one, battering ram again. There's another different take on the ram device. All right, so that's Alvera Palakowska. And then we will zoom a little bit, and we're going to wrap up with who we're featuring largely this week. We might have more of Severin's coming. Severin Pinu. I don't have hers ready for this particular showcase, but I'm going to show you this series from Truitt Parrish. And we may have an opportunity to get Truitt on the show perhaps this weekend. Truitt and I have been talking. This is the first set of artist proofs that we're offering from Truitt. series number 3. He actually had sent me number 2, but he forgot to sign and number the first series. So I sent them back to him, and I think I sent it back to him. He signed, he numbered, he sent it back to me, and I think it should be here like any day now, right? So we'll be able to offer those as well. I know I previewed a few of those. I did a live. I'm going to try to splice that maybe and put it on the regular channel because you guys missed when I put it on the live tab. But I featured a lot from Vincent Pompetti and some from Truitt in a live event, just like an impromptu live that I did, I don't know, a week ago or so. So maybe I'll try to parse that and post that as a regular video. But this is a beautiful series by Truitt. And I want to make sure I describe this correctly. So when he did this series, the way he described it is he said it's based on, let me pull this over so I could read this to you guys. It's based on medieval Renaissance art with real gold leaf creating a halo behind the character. The technical term is a nimbus, right? All right, so medieval Renaissance art and real gold leaf creating a halo behind the character. So let's see what he means. And on the Vanguard, now this Vanguard was interesting. He actually did this one upside down, so I'm going to disclose that when I auction it. It doesn't really matter because you're only going to display one side or the other. But this is the nimbus that he's talking about. This gold border behind the warrior, that is done with real gold leaf, and it's called a nimbus, right? So it's like this halo that really kind of focuses the central, it draws your eye to the central part of this composition, and then it just makes the soldier look really bold and pronounced in the design concept. So it's a very creative idea. This has been very popular. The first one for Crusade just sold for $1,125, and we're about midway through the auction on Jihad. It's at $600. So congrats to Truitt. He's doing very well on these. Thank you guys for supporting him. And Vanguard Knights is a really beautiful artwork. I did an interview with Truitt that I also posted today on the community group. If you go join the Facebook community group, what I'm going to be doing in the 6 to 7 weeks leading up to beta is reshare the artist interviews that I did. So if you haven't checked out my website, it's called www.collectorarthouse.com. I've done, I think, 15 interviews with Sorcery Alpha artists. That's almost half of the Sorcery lineup. And then I did an interview with Eric Olofsson. That's also on the website. And what I'm going to do, probably twice a week, right, so we get through all 15, is I'm going to repost those interviews on the community group in Facebook, starting from the oldest that I did, the very first, which was actually Truitt Parrish, and all the way up until the most recent, right? So for those of you that are new to the channel, new to Sorcery, just discovering the website and different community groups, you haven't seen those interviews before, this will afford you an opportunity to meet the artists and really get excited about beta and about the artwork in the game and about the game pieces you'll be playing with, right? Get to know the great artists that did these illustrations that make the game fun and special. And the interviews are very fascinating. I asked all the interviewees, how they got into art, if they do it as a full-time profession, like what other commissions or projects they've done in the past, who were their influences. So I link a lot of other artists that they say were their influences. So we learned a lot about their style and how it kind of materialized and evolved until this breakthrough opportunity for many of them with Sorcery. It's really exciting. All right, so I digress. Here's the Vanguard Knights, and they're all going to have this Nimbus effect, right? The Highland Clansman, awesome artwork. There you have an up-close perspective of one of the Clansmen. Really cool. Spin attack. So you get the guy bearing his sword on his back. After a hard day of smashing monsters and dragons with radial violence. There he is, laboring with the sword. All right, Jihad. I mentioned this one is live for auction right now as I'm filming this. That's a unique. And there's the Jihad soldier holding his blade, clutching his sword. The Border Militia. Really old school, classic looking artwork. Underrated in my opinion. There's a lot going on here. Looks like almost Colonial Williamsburg in Virginia. And that's number 3 again. The foot soldier tokens. There's one of the humble villagers, right? From the Border Militia. Thrust into battle with whatever weapons and gear they could find. Great storytelling in this piece. And then finally, super popular one, just sold at auctions. I'll be packing this up and shipping this out. Really amazing. Great one to finish on. Crusade by Truitt Parrish. Really incredible. And the next series that I mentioned is coming any day now. That is an incredible series too. Let me show these in the final compilation. This is a beautiful set. Really brilliant concept and design that's resonating strongly with fans. And just amazingly done. I think this is a really cool concept. Kudos to Truitt. You know, he's such a young guy. And let's see if I can display these on the camera without too much glare. It's always a bit of a challenge. This is an amazing set, an amazing concept. You have Crusade and Jihad. Right? Let me situate these so we can see them all. Really amazing set of his 6 cards. Right? And his other one, the other set has a really awesome concept where he shows, again, a featured soldier or warrior in large size, contrasted by some smaller compositional elements. And we'll talk to him, like I say, hopefully I can get him on the show this weekend. We'll shoot for, I think I'm going to shoot for Sunday if you can do it. Early afternoon Sunday, U.S. East Coast time. That way it'll work, you know, for Americans waking up late, sleeping in on a Sunday or going to church or whatever you do. And then the Europeans, you know, it'll still be early evening for you guys. And hopefully you can get a large turnout. You guys can meet Truitt. And it'll be a lot of fun because he's a really cool, interesting guy. He's a great artist. He's a great gymnast, you know, really athletic. He does flips and things. I mean, the guy's incredible. Incredible talent. So there you have it, guys. I hope you are enjoying the art and the gameplay and sorcery. We're excited for beta. That's going to be a big push for the players. And it'll be really exciting to see how this game resonates with the masses. You know, with the smaller audience from Kickstarter, people are really enjoying the game. It's expensive to buy and play, but beta will be that push to the player base that we expect to be a lot of fun. And hopefully it resonates strongly, and hopefully this project has legs for many years to come. Because, you know, for art enthusiasts and collectors, it's a slam dunk home run. We're really enjoying it. A lot of people have been going hard collecting. I certainly have. I love paintings. I love artist proofs. I love curio cards for the history. That's kind of been my target areas. But there you have it, guys. Truitt Parrish art, only at the Collector Arthouse. You're going to see a lot of art on this channel, a lot of artist proofs, a lot of rare historical items, stories about the history of the game, interviews with the artists. If you're into that kind of stuff, please like and subscribe and follow the channel. Thank you for hanging in there again with another long video. And if you want to join the sample pack break, you know, reach out, join the communities, just hit me up. It's a lot of fun to come, a lot of good things to look forward to. And hopefully talk to you soon with Truitt in a few days. Take care, everybody. See ya.